What's up, crypto fiends? Average crypto investor, aka your friendly next door neighbor, here to talk about a new project on the Avalanche network. That project is none other than the Neighbors. The Neighbors is a passive income and metaverse project that just launched a few days ago on April 2nd. So how do you make money with the Neighbors, and what differentiates this project from others? Today we will be covering the Neighbors, what to look out for, and the pros and cons associated with the project. As always, nothing said in this video is financial advice, and you should always do your own research before investing into any project. The Neighbors is an Avalanche-based project focusing on building a metaverse ecosystem that gives people passive monthly income. Essentially, the project works similar to other node projects, in which you buy NFTs and then are able to collect daily rewards in the form of Neighbor tokens from holding those NFTs. These rewards are tiered and based off of a combination of the property you own as well as Decor score. But before we get into the rewards, let's talk about the initial presale and public launch. The Neighbors had their presale on March 22nd, in which they sold 800 condos, 500 family homes, and 750 mansions. With the price of $200 for each condo, $350 for each family home, and $500 for each mansion, giving the project an initial raise of $710,000. There were some initial issues during the presale launch, so they were able to reimburse whitelist members with reserved properties based off of their status. I couldn't find any information about just how many of those whitelist spots fell outside of the initial property allocation, but it seems like the team raised over $750,000 during this period. Based off of the initial raise, the team then began preparing for their public launch on April 2nd. With $300,000 in AVAX and 6,000 Neighbor token, this gave the Neighbor token an initial price of $50. With a total supply of 1,022,000 tokens, but initial supply of 476,650, this gives the protocol initial market cap of $23,832,500 at launch. Now, one of the things that is unclear to me is how the team will determine when they can mint new tokens or if they're going to. Part of the funds from the initial presale are being used for KYC with the Shore, which is already done, and a CertIC audit. I'm hoping the CertIC audit brings more clarity around this feature because doubling the amount of circulating tokens can certainly lead to some huge price movement. That's enough about their initial launch and its circulating supply. Let's take a look at how the Neighbors is delivering passive monthly income to its investors. As I mentioned previously, there are 3 tiers of properties that are currently available to investors. The first are condos with a price of 4 Neighbor tokens and earns 0.03 Neighbor per day for a daily ROI of 0.75%. The next are family homes which cost 7 Neighbor and pay 0.06 Neighbor per day for a daily ROI of 0.857%. The last are mansions which cost 10 Neighbor token and pay a 0.1 Neighbor per day for a daily ROI of 1%. It is important to note that each tier can be boosted with home decor NFTs, bringing their respective daily payouts to 0.04, 0.08, and 0.13 respectively. Each property tier also requires you to pay a monthly fee to upkeep the property. Condos cost $10 a month, family homes cost $13 a month, and mansions cost $17 a month. You have a 30-day grace period on paying the monthly fee, or property tax as the Neighbors calling it, as well as the ability to pay up to 12 months in advance. Given the recent spikes in congestion we have seen on the Avalanche network, I would recommend paying your fees as far in advance as you can to ensure you don't get stuck with high gas costs. But how is the protocol able to actually pay these rewards out to investors? Well, thankfully, the team has a flowchart on how the tokens move within this ecosystem. Just like most DeFi protocols, it first starts with you buying Neighbor token on a DEX, or in this case, Trader Joe. Once you have your Neighbor, you are able to create properties to start earning more Neighbor. However, if you want to sell your Neighbor token, you will need to hold at least one property. Each time a property is created, 60% is sent to the rewards pool, 20% is sold for AVAX and sent to the treasury, and 20% is sent to the Neighbor LP. When you claim your rewards from the property, 10% of the claim tax is sent to the rewards pool as well. There is also the monthly property taxes, in which 70% is sent to the LP and 30% is sent to the treasury. Once the marketplace is out to trade your NFTs, they will only be tradable if you have at least one home decor option tied to the property. If you sell your home decor or your property with at least one home decor option, The protocol also takes a 10% commission which is sent to the rewards pool. There's one last tax which the team is calling a flex tax, which is an anti-whale measure. It is a scaling tax, as you can see here, based off of the percentage of the total supply that you are trying to sell. Once you are trying to sell more than 14,300 tokens, you will start encountering these anti-whale measures. Speaking of the home decor, these will come in 3 types of NFT assets: common, rare, and ultra rare. Depending on the tier and the number of home decor assets tied to your property, these will boost your daily rates of return. All of these assets will be tradable on the marketplace, and you will need to have at least one home decor NFT tied to your property NFT in order to sell it on the marketplace. All of these items will be on full display within the metaverse that the Neighbors is creating. As the team continues building out the ecosystem within their metaverse, the underlying value of properties and assets will increase. If you would like to see what the metaverse looks like when it launches, hit that subscribe button down below to ensure you don't miss my video. Speaking of bringing value to the metaverse, the Neighbors just announced the Neighbors Gold Standard program, which is a limited tier of rights and privileges that are tied to it. This includes a rewards boost, VIP access and lifetime whitelisting on new NFTs, behind-the-scenes access, and discounts on related products, as well as a monthly NFT airdrop. The Gold Standard program has several tiers underneath it with varying costs and boosts associated within. The first is the Golden Citizenship, which costs 1 neighbor and earns 0.03 neighbor per day. This program is focused around first access to the metaverse, choosing your avatar, and exclusive NFT clothing. In order to be eligible for this program, you must own at least 2 properties and are claiming no more frequently than every 10 days on all your NFT assets. The next is the Gold Driver's License, which costs 2 neighbor and earns 0.06 neighbor per day. This program focuses on early access and discounts related to vehicles within the metaverse and associated airdrops. To be eligible for this program, you need to own at least 4 properties and claim no more frequently than every 15 days across all your NFT assets. The next is the Gold Boat License, which costs 2 neighbor and earns 0.06 neighbor per day. As you can imagine, this program focuses on early access and discounts related to the boat and boat industry NFTs and airdrops. To be eligible for this program, you need to own at least 4 properties and be claiming no more frequently than every 15 days across all your NFT assets. The next is a Gold Taxi License, which costs 2 neighbor tokens and earns 0.06 neighbor per day. This program gives you early access and airdrops for taxi-related NFTs and opens up the ability to play to earn within the metaverse. To be eligible for this program, you need to hold at least 4 properties and be claiming no more frequently than every 15 days across all your NFT assets. The next is a Gold Farming Permit, which costs 2 neighbor token and earns 0.06 neighbor per day. This program gives you early access and airdrops for farming and animal-related NFTs and opens up the ability to play to earn within the metaverse. To be eligible for this program, you need to own at least 4 properties and be claiming no more frequently than every 15 days across all your NFT assets. The next is a Gold Business Permit, which costs 3 neighbor and earns 0.1 neighbor per day. This program gives you early access and airdrops for commercial business NFTs and opens up the ability to play to earn within the metaverse. To be eligible for this program, you need to own at least 6 properties and be claiming no more frequently than every 20 days across all your NFT assets. The last program is the Gold Construction Permit, which costs 3 neighbor and earns 0.1 neighbor per day. This program gives you early access and airdrops for new property NFTs and opens up the ability to play to earn within the metaverse. To be eligible for this program, you need to own at least 6 properties and be claiming no more frequently than every 20 days across all your NFT assets. So what are the overall pros and cons within the Neighbors? Well, on the positive side, I like what they're doing with the Gold Standard program to encourage people to hold their earnings for longer to prevent daily dumping. In addition to this, the team is doxed and KYC'd, which helps bring investor confidence to the protocol. Metaverse-related projects as a whole are projected to grow into a multi-trillion-dollar industry, so if the Neighbors is able to get a slice of that pie, their market cap has a ton of room to run. The cons? Well, it's a relatively new project without a proven track record. Since launch, the Neighbor token price has already doubled and is on an upward trend. However, the only utility that has been announced so far from the protocol is buying additional assets for Metaverse that we have not seen yet. This is one of the struggles that most passive income projects will face in building enough utility that there isn't a tipping point when the daily rewards start driving the price into the ground. Overall, I think the Neighbors is a really interesting project with a lot riding on the success of the Metaverse space. Over the course of time, I see this being a foundational project for the Metaverse on the Avalanche blockchain. However, time will tell if they can keep their investors interested and avoid a price crash until their Metaverse project is fully fleshed out. Have you invested in the Neighbors or any other Metaverse projects? Let me know in the comments down below. If you learned something today, I would appreciate it if you could like this video to help others find it. If you like these types of videos, why don't you subscribe with the bell notification turned on so you can be alerted when my next video goes live. That's all for now, stay safe, and don't worry crypto fiends, we are all going to make it.